What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Boogie in the building. I got a. I'm gonna do a nice live stream here. We're gonna talk about it. You see the title. You see the title. Black women are saying good men. Actually, I need to go edit that. Uh, that's my bad. It's good men. Uh, my bad. I'm struggle streaming. I apologize, guys. All right, that should be okay now, right? I just edited the title. Wait, let me see. I just e- I just edited the title. Should be good now, right? Yes, the title says black women are saying good men are not good enough. Good men are a red flag. In fact, that's what they said. Good men are a red flag. You guys agree? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, just put a one in the chat. I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself. But also, if you can help me, if you can do me a big favor, right? And just like the video when you come into the stream, I really appreciate you guys. Just help me like the video as you come into the stream, support your boy. You know how we do. All right, Black Woman. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream, guys. We're going to talk about it. I'm just waiting for a few people to get back into to come into the stream, and then we're going to get started. But as you come into the stream, just do me a favor and like the video. That's all. And if you want, you can donate. Give me whatever you want in the cat in the chat, in the super chat if you want. Whatever you want to do, if you want to support me. But most importantly, just help me like the video. I'm just waiting for a few more minutes, and then we're gonna get started. A few more people, we're gonna get started. All right. Um, Welcome back to the stream, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Black women are saying that good men are a red flag. Literally, that's what they're saying. Like we live in crazy times. When you guys watch me react to, can you guys hear me? Hold on. React to, can you guys hear me? All right, you can hear me. All right. First person in the chat. I gotta show you some love. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Who's the first person in the chat? Let me see the first person in the chat. How'd you say your name? Phenome? Yo, that's a tough name. Where you from, bro? That's a tough name. Never heard of that. Phenome? All right. That's Phenome. All right. Oh, Nigerian brother, West African brother. Nice to meet you, bro. All right, guys, we're gonna get started. You can hear me. Everything is going good. Just don't forget to like the video, because when you like the video, apparently when you like the video, YouTube shows the stream to other people who may not have seen it. It kind of, I don't know how it works. The algorithm is crazy like that, but that's what people claim. So, you know, but for today, you guys see the title. Women are saying good men are bad. What a crazy time to live in. That good men are bad. I know. So if you guys are trying to be good men, today we're going to have a woman literally say, I got a few videos I'm going to play for you guys. It's crazy, I know, but it's true. They are claiming good men are bad. Do you guys agree? Good men bad. Like, is it worth it to be a good guy anymore in the current dating market, in the current dating times? Is it worth it? Right? Because we are told, because you know what's confusing? Women are always saying men are assholes. They don't like assholes. Oh, men don't know how to treat women nicely. Oh, men don't take us on dates anymore. Men don't buy us flowers anymore. And then they are saying good men are bad. Like, how do those two go together? Like, that's crazy, right? It's crazy. Like, it's confusing to men, right? So, we're going to get started. Because of that, I'm about to play the first video. You guys see the first video right there of the woman who's saying women should avoid good men. If you can see the clip I'm about to play, it says, the first good man after a toxic relationship, he's not your partner. He's showing you what healthy love looks like. So when I play the video, you guys are not going to believe what this woman says. Maybe some of you guys have seen this video on social media. I got it from spiritual world Instagram page. But this woman is saying that if a woman is coming from a toxic relationship, she's the guy was not a good guy, he didn't treat her right. She's saying if she finally finds a good man, so let's say the ex wasn't taking out on dates, the ex wasn't calling to check up on her, the ex, was always arguing and, controlling, abusive, whatever crazy things the ex was doing. This woman says that if the woman finally meets a good man, that's not the real good man. In other words, she should leave the good man, the first good man who treats her right, and seek another good man. You guys don't believe me, but I'm about to play the video. But I just wanted to give you the intro to understand what we are dealing with. Crazy. I know. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys, but literally the dating streets. So why would a man see such a video and think, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I should be a good guy. Because guys, think about it. Every woman you meet, there's a chance she either just, it came from a bad relationship, quote unquote bad relationship, because it's, if she may say it was bad, but if you talk that to the ex-boyfriend, he may give you a different story, right? So every woman you meet, you're trying to date her, get into a relationship, there's a chance, she just came from a relationship with a guy who didn't treat her right? Sometimes as guys, we know women don't treat us right, but there's some men out there who don't treat women right. We know that, right? So once you meet a woman, there's a chance she's coming from a toxic relationship. So you, the good guy, often every end of relationship, the women raise their standards. So if the ex-boyfriend wasn't buying them gifts, she's gonna expect you to buy a gift, right? If the ex-boyfriend wasn't buying her flowers, she's gonna expect you. You guys have heard this. Women come from relationships and they claim, I know my worth. My standards are higher now, right? So you would think after she comes from a toxic relationship, she would be dying to meet a good guy. But in this clip, this woman says that the first good guy a woman meets after a toxic relationship or after a bad relationship, they should not stay with that man. So that's why I guess sometimes you deal with a woman who just came from a relationship. Let's say she's coming from she ended her relationship like 6 months ago. You get into a relationship with her, only to find out that she breaks up with you a few months when you guys just started. That's because maybe she's still attached to her ex, or maybe because she's listening to a woman like this. So I'm not even gonna waste any more time. If you guys are ready, I'm gonna play the clip so you guys don't think I'm lying. All right.
Toxic men, or maybe you were the toxic one, you are going to date after a cycle of dating toxic men, or maybe you were the toxic one, you are going to date a really nice guy. He is going to be so good to you. That is not your man. This is the first guy that has given you the bare minimum treatment. This is the first guy who has showed you what the foundation of dating someone should look like. Kindness, thinking of the other person, opening doors for you, literally the bare minimum. And you're going to be like, oh my God, the love of my life. This is not the love of your life. This is just a dude. I understand, because that happened to me. It's happened to a lot of my friends. It's that first healthy relationship that you get into after a cycle of toxic ones. This is your opportunity to take a step back, and instead of attaching yourself to this human being because they're giving you the bare minimum, you need to understand what it is that you actually want in a relationship, in a partner. You need
All right, that was the first part. Could you guys hear that very well? Right? So she's saying, let me play the second part because there are two parts.
that this person is to understand if you are the person that you want to be with yet. You have this idea that this person is the one for you because they're kind and nice, but that is the bare minimum. You should have more outside of just the kindness that they show you in the relationship to build a long-term relationship. That's not your man. I promise you, that is not your man.
So you guys heard that, right? She literally said, if a woman leaves a relationship, a toxic relationship, bad relationship, that ex-boyfriend wasn't nice to her, but then she finally meets a good guy, she's telling women that's not the guy for them. So if she meets you, the good guy, after the end of her relationship, she's telling other women that she should use you as, like a feeler. She should use you as to pass time, maybe to get over her heartbreak. That's why it's never really advised to date a woman who just came from the end of a relationship. Let's say 6 months, less than 6 months from the end of a relationship. I even believe 6 months is not enough, because especially if they've been together for a long time with a boyfriend, because she's still going to be attached to the guy in some sort of way, especially if they were together for more than a year. She's still going to be attached to the guy in some sort of way. And it's even worse if they have a kid together. That's even way worse. You feel me? So this woman is saying, hey, listen, if a woman comes from a toxic relationship, gets with a new guy who treats her better than the ex, guys, key words, if he treats her better than the ex, and she finally knows what a good guy looks like, that's not the guy the woman should be with. So in other words, she's probably going to break up with you as well and keep looking, hoping she's going to find another good guy. To them, the grass is always greener. So if you guys meet a woman, and you ask her, how long have you been single? And she says, in my opinion, anything less than a year, you are probably going to, I don't even know. You probably shouldn't be with her, because in my opinion, she's probably still attached to her ex. The chances are high. It's even higher if they have a kid together. But if this is the message women are passing on, the chances are she's going to break up with you, hoping to find even something better. Now, let's imagine that X was a rich guy. Let's imagine that X was the type of guy who was even, spending all this money on her. And she claims it was a bad relationship. If she meets you, she's going to expect you to raise the bar. So she's going to ask you to do all the nice things the ex was doing and even more. So what makes you think you are the type of guy she's going to settle with? Because we all know women never take accountability in the relationship. Usually, when a relationship ends, most women blame the man, most women blame the ex. Most guys never really speak on it. When a relationship ends, that's when she says your dick was even small. And then I'm asking myself, okay, if my dick was small, why did you stay with me for 2 years? If it was too small and you didn't like my dick and the sex was so bad, why did you stay with me that long? You feel me? So usually when the relationship ends, women always like to say the worst of things about their ex-boyfriends. The men usually just stay silent. Men don't really talk too much. Maybe these days because of social media, but if you check on TikTok, it's usually the women abusing their exes. Oh, he was controlling, abusive, small dick energy. He was broke. He was dusty. He never spent money on me. So they say all these things, which, anyway, if you're going to be the new guy, it should click something in your head that, hey, listen, chances are, if I get into a relationship with this woman, and then we break up, she probably is going to be making TikToks about me also, claiming I was abusive and controlling and I wasn't good in bed and things like that. So I think it's very important for men to ask women they're trying to date or get into a relationship with, to ask them how the ex was, or the relationship, what happened, what caused the end of your relationship. If you ask a woman what happened to your past relationship, to your last relationship, and all she does is speak the worst of the boyfriend, of the ex-boyfriend, chances are she's going to say the same thing to you about you when you guys finally end your relationship. But if she the type of woman who takes accountability, hey, listen, and she says something like, okay, we had some issues, he didn't treat me the best, but I also had my, she takes accountability, for example, and she says, I also did something wrong. I think that I would be a good woman. But most women are going to blame the ex. So for me, that would be a red flag. But apparently, good guys are not good anymore. So you guys gotta. So that's why I wanted to react to this and play the video for you guys, so you guys can make good choices out here. But if you're trying to be the good guy, so if you meet a woman and all she does is shit on the ex, say the worst things about the ex, she's gonna want you to be a good guy. But according to women now, you being a good guy is not enough. So they're saying even if you treat them better than the ex, they're still going to leave you because they believe you are not the real one. You're not the one, you're not their future husband. They're going to leave you hoping they can find something better. That's what I mean. It's crazy. I'm going to play it one more time because it doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to play it one more time. Let's hear it. Hold on.
After a cycle of dating toxic men, or maybe you were the toxic one, you are going to date a really nice guy. He is going to be so good to you. That is not your man. This is the first guy that has given you the bare minimum treatment. This is the first guy who has showed you what the foundation of dating someone should look like. Kindness, thinking of the other person, opening doors for you, literally the bare minimum. And you're going to be like, oh my God, the love of my life. This is not the love of your life. This is just...
Guys, we are doomed. So if the person treating you right is not the love of your life, then who is? She's literally saying if a guy treats a woman so nice, that's not the love of her life. So who the hell is the love of their life? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, if you guys thought dating was crazy, it seems like every other week it's getting crazier. The way dating was 2024 has completely changed to 2025. In 2024, women were still asking for 6 figures and men who are 6 feet. But in 2025, women are even saying that men who are 6 feet are short. Literally, they want guys who are 6'5", 6'7", sometimes even 7 feet. And women are saying men who make six figures is not enough. They're asking for men who are making seven figures now. Crazy, crazy. And I don't even know where they get these standards from. Maybe it could be social media. Could be they watch other women who get to be with rich men and be on private jets and going on different trips. Because we know traveling is like a thing for every woman these days. In fact, for some women, if they find you and meet you and they ask if you travel and you say no, they're going to reject you. Because to them, they're thinking you're broke. If you don't travel, you're broke. Because they're thinking if you travel, that means you got money. That means you have enough money to travel with her and you have enough money to pay for both of your trips. Because traveling is not cheap. I don't care where you're going. If you're getting on a plane, even if it's state to state, it's not cheap because you got to get to that state, get a hotel. You guys are going to eat. You guys are going to have to go around the city, do fun things, maybe go out, for the night. It's not cheap. Now do that for 2 weeks. Now do that for two people. It's not cheap. And they want to travel at least two to three times a year so they can put on Instagram for other women. So maybe that's where they get the delusion of standards. All right, let me finish that video.
A dude. I understand because that happened to me. It's happened to a lot of my friends. It's that first healthy relationship that you get into after a cycle of toxic ones. This is your opportunity to take a step back, and instead of attaching yourself to this human being because they're giving you the bare minimum, you need to understand what it is that you actually want in a relationship, in a partner. You need.
So she's basically saying women should keep looking and looking. So even if they meet you as a good guy, that's not enough. They should go into the next guy. And even if he's also a nice guy, that's not enough. They should keep moving on to the next guy. So in other words, sounds like being a good guy is not worth it. Because I mean, if we know and she's saying that eventually they're gonna leave you, so what's the point? Like what's the point if she's just gonna leave you? What do you guys think about that? Is being a good guy worth it anymore? Comment down below. Is it worth it? Are you guys trying to be good guys? Because clearly they're saying they're gonna leave you, even if you're nice, even if you're good, you are not the one. So which begs the question: what are they looking for? And this has been my argument lately. For the guys, I always tell guys, like, when you meet a woman, let's say she's a drop dead gorgeous, right? Physically, she meets every requirement you want in a woman, physically, right? If she has been in relationships before, or if she has met men before, things like that, ask yourself, right? What is something you're going to do that other guys didn't do that will make her not leave you? What is something that you're going to do that the ex-boyfriends didn't do that is going to make her respect you? Next question. What is something you are going to do for her that will make her not break up with you out of the blue? And then lastly, what is something that you're going to do for her to be loyal to you forever and ever? Because remember, she has met tall guys. So let's say, because women consider guys as guys like me who are 5'7", 5'8" short. So let's say she has met a guy who's 6'5". Maybe sometimes they even meet NBA players, basketball players, right? Let's say she has met rich guys, because I'm thinking if she's like anywhere from 28 to 35 and she's good looking, she has met rich guys at some point in her life, all the way from 18. So if she has met all these types of guys, she has met guys who spend money on her, she has met guys who write her love letters, she has met guys who call her in the morning and before bed, she has met guys who send her money, she has met guys who don't do any of those things, she has met the bad boys, she has met the good guys, She has met all these different men, treating her differently, nice, bad, toxic, whatever type of man. If she has been dating for the last 10, 15 years, she has met different types of men. So now you tell me, if she could not keep any of them, because women like to say, oh, I met all the bad men. No, I can guarantee you, in all the men who have approached her, from the men she has friend zoned to the men she has dated to the men she has had hookups with, she has met some good men in there. She has met some rich guys in there as well. So she has met all different types of guys. So what makes you stand out? What makes you think that she's gonna stay with you? Right? What makes you think you are the prince charming she has always wanted? What makes you think you're going to do anything extraordinary? I'll give you an example. Let's say you meet Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. Jeff Bezos was a billionaire, right? So you could imagine when it comes to money for her, money is not going to be an issue because she's a billionaire herself. But if Jeff Bezos, a billionaire, couldn't keep her, if Tom Brady, a superstar, football superstar, rich as well, tall, right? He's not bald like me, couldn't keep his wife, and she ended up getting pregnant with a trainer, with a personal trainer. What makes you think when you meet Tom Brady's ex-wife that you will be the one to be the prince charming, the love of our life forever and ever till death do you guys part? What am I trying to say? Am I saying don't date? No, I'm saying that as you are out here dating and getting in relationships, in and out of relationships, you have to think about the fact that she has probably passed on the men she was supposed to be with. She has passed on some good guys. In other words, you being a good guy is not going to do any changes. That's why I believe you cannot make any woman loyal. She has to decide that. So just by you being a good guy, doing the best things, it doesn't mean she's gonna stay with you. Because everything you're doing for that woman to make her like you, Boogie has done it, and even maybe 10 times over. Let's say I'm a millionaire. Your money is not going to do anything for her. Let's say she likes to go on trips. Maybe she met Boogie before, and Boogie took her to Dubai, to Cancun, Turks and Caicos, and all over the world. So ask yourself, what is something different that you think you're going to do for her to stay with you for the rest of your life? And I'm speaking to guys who think, they're looking for the love of their life, to the queen of their life, to the unicorn, to the mother of their kids. So you found this woman, she has kids with another man. She broke up with him, she left him, she doesn't even want him to see his kids. What makes you think when you have kids with her that she will let you see your kids when you guys break up? And I believe these are questions men never ask themselves. Because I think once we get the sweet taste of punani, when you get to clap them cheeks, when she gets to touch you, with a soft touch, once you fall in love, men just lose it. Men stop thinking completely, which I understand, but I think it's about time men start asking themselves these questions. Now, obviously, it's easy for me to speak when a beautiful woman isn't in front of me. It's easy for me to have all these questions. But I think if you ask yourself the questions before a beautiful woman walks in front of you, I think it's easier to deal with it when she actually comes in front of you because you are already kind of aware about everything. So I guess, again, I'll pose the question for you guys. For the women you are with, some of you guys are probably in relationships or even married, whatever the case. What makes you think whatever you're doing for her, the way you're treating her, you're being a gentleman, being a provider, what makes you think you're going to stand out from the guy she had before? Because I can guarantee you, everything you're doing for her, she has met a guy who did those same things, but he wasn't good enough. Is that a good question? What is Phenom saying? Phenom says, I treat them how they come. I agree. If she treats you nice, if she's nice to you, you're going to be nice to her as well. But it's just that some guys get taken advantage of. Some guys some guys are naturally nice, I guess. That's why I guess the whole nice guys finish last. So because some guys are naturally nice, they never realize even when a woman is not being nice to them. You know, some guys literally believe if a woman is not being nice to them, they should be even 10 times nicer so that she can start to like them and maybe even be nice to them, which never works out. We all know that, right? She starts to walk all over him. All right. Phenom says if you're after the regular woman, they definitely hate on good guys. They prefer those that will treat them like shit. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes you have to do the opposite. But if you're not naturally a bad boy, I wouldn't advise a man to try to be a bad boy. I would still say be yourself, just be aware. In other words, like Phenom, you say that you treat them how they come. Yeah, if she's nice to you, you be nice back. If she's not nice to you, you walk away. You don't try to be bad to her. So if she's not nice to you, don't be like her. Just walk away. But most guys don't know how to separate that. It's not easy. I can guarantee that. Uh, Phenom is saying these modern day entitled women deserve all the shit they get. I mean, everybody deserves whatever they put out in the world. If we're gonna be honest, right? But I got another video for you guys. You guys ready? And the next video we're gonna be talking about is real love transactional and about money. Right? Real love is the love that men are seeking. Is it real? Does it exist? Or is it just all transactional and all about money? We're gonna see a video. I'm gonna play a video from a lady talking about it. And then you guys tell me what you think. All right. All right. Give me 1 second. Oh, where is it? Right here.
The price of pussy just went up. POP. Ladies, okay? When you're fucking with these athletes and rappers, you are all asking for the same shit. Chanel, Kelly's, Birkins, the little fucking bracelets, the bust down watches, the trips to Turks and Caicos, the ass shots, the BBLs. The trip to Miami so that you can twerk on the yacht with the bottle of 1942. The shit is played out. They know what you're going to ask for. They got the little pussy taxes already ready for you. They got the hookup with all that shit. They got the hookup with the doctor. That you're not really asking that nigga to do too much. You gotta make that nigga step his motherfucking game up. He wanna feel that pressure. He wanna be motivated. You gotta tell that nigga to buy you a motherfucking yacht and put your name it after you. Tell him to get you a penthouse, a mansion, a motherfucking some art, farm, garden, anything. Please, shit.
Do you guys believe that rich guys, the athletes, the NBA players, the soccer players, have messed up the game for dating when it comes to women? For the average guy, because those guys spend money on these women, right? There is no way you can tell me. Now, I can tell she's a good looking woman, even if she's like wearing a hat down low, but I can tell she's a good looking woman, right? But nobody can tell me this woman is going to be put on a private jet, right? By an NBA player, fly her out, fly her to games, get the courtside seats, buy her all these designer bags for months on end, send her thousands of dollars, and then leave her, break up with her, and then she comes to boogie. Nobody can convince me of that. There is no way a woman is going to get a rich guy who's going to spend money on her, because some rich guys don't really spend like that. But if she gets because all these athletes spend money on these women, there is no way anyone can convince me a woman like her will ever want to settle down with an average guy. No way. After experiencing that lifestyle, I probably wouldn't want to either. Like after being on private jets for free, trips for free, taking me shopping anytime I want. Sometimes those guys even give them their black cards, their credit cards. They just go and do the shopping themselves. There is no way this woman can ever date an average guy. Ever. That's why to them now it's all about the money. This is the type of woman you're gonna take on a date. Before actually you take on a date, she's gonna be like, send me some money for gas. She's saying send me like $1,000 because she's checking the temperature to see if you really got money. Because if you don't have money, you're gonna say, if you're like Book, you're gonna be like, I bitch, I ain't saying you shit, right? But if you're an NBA player, you have a $50 million contract, and she's asking for $1,000 to come see you. That's easy change, pocket change to them. So when, in what world is this woman ever gonna date an average guy? Because we all know the chances of her ever settling down with an NBA player is slim to none. And Slim is in the hospital right now. He probably died last night, right? Because those NBA players usually they have their own wives, but usually they don't marry these women. They just pass them around, do whatever they want to do. But how and when would this woman ever settle down with an average guy after living that lifestyle? That's why they're talking about, oh, they have raised the money for the punani and things like that. Let me play it again for you guys.
The price of pussy just went up. POP. Ladies, okay? When you're fucking with these athletes and rappers, you are all asking for the same shit. Chanel, Kelly's, Birkins, the little fucking bracelets, the bust down watches, the trips to Turks and Caicos, the ass shots, the BBLs, the trip to Miami so that you can twerk on the yacht with the bottle of 1942. The shit is played out. They know what you're going to ask for. They got the little pussy taxes already ready for you. They got the hookup with all that shit. They got the hookup with the doctor. That you're not really asking that nigga to do too much. You gotta make that nigga step his motherfucking game up. He wanna feel that pressure. He wanna be motivated. You gotta tell that nigga to buy you a motherfucking yacht and put your name it after you. Tell him to get you a penthouse, a mansion, a motherfucking some art, farm, garden, anything. Please.
Told you guys. Average guys, it's over. The game of dating is over. I can tell she's a good looking woman. I can tell. But there is no way this woman is ever going to date an average man again in her life. Maybe when she's 55, when the NBA players are done with her, when the athletes are done with her, when the rich guys are done with her, maybe then at 55, I don't know if anyone of you guys want her at 55. She'll probably have a couple kids. I don't know. But if they're dating these rich guys, there is no way they're going to come back to the average guy and settle down. Joseph, the economy isn't going to. Joseph, even when the economy crashes, the rich guys are still winning. And if there's still rich guys willing to spend money on them, the women will never give. Even when COVID happened, right? I think even when COVID happened, right? These women were still with the rich guys. The rich guys were flying them out, if we're going to be honest. Joseph says when the economy crashes and the student loan bubble finally bursts, it's going to be some major changes. I don't know, bro. I don't know. The economy has crashed before, and the ladies selling their punani. It always keeps going on. It has never stopped. But the point of it all is, for as long as the men are still willing to pay for it or to pay whatever price these women say, because if there was no market for it, the women wouldn't be saying it. The only reason they're so confident that men should pay and take them on trips and buy them Birkin bags and all these expensive things is because they know there are men who do it. In fact, some women recruit each other because some of those athletes want like threesomes and shit like that. So some women bring their friends to join the party. You feel me? And if you don't believe me, I don't know if you guys know the comedian Country Wine. I'm gonna play his video right now. He even talks about it that when he likes a woman, he starts spending the first day. You know how you guys and me Boogie we don't want to take a woman out on the first dinner date because we don't want to we don't want her to use us for our for free dinners and free food, right? Women, some rich guys spend the first date, rich expensive dinner date, first time out, 5-star restaurant. Milton, what are you talking about? I believe her. And in fact, do you know why I even believe her some more? Because the reason she's making this video, that's how they advertise themselves. You don't get it. When she makes this video, and I'm a basketball player and I'm looking for a type of woman like her, all I have to do is slide in her DMs. When you see such a woman, like, I'm not going to slide into if I'm a rich athlete, I'm not sliding into DMs of a woman who hasn't expressed the fact that she's all about that type of time, that she's about the transactional stuff, right? But once the rich athletes see a woman talking like this, right there, 5 of them in the DMs. She's advertising herself by doing this video. Whether it has happened before or not, by making this video, she's advertising herself. So it's not about believing what she's saying. The fact is, rich men pay for it every single day. That's why I was saying, when I'm not trying to take her on a date, because I'm not going to take her I'm not taking her shopping personally. Maybe Milton, you're not taking her shopping, but other guys do it. And I'm going to play the video of the comedian Country Wine talking about that. For him, once he likes a woman, they spend money like that right away. They even buy them BBLs. They pay for their plastic surgery, for their butts, for their boobs. They pay. The rappers, they do this. Let me play the video for Country Wine if you don't believe me. Where is it? Where is it? Right here.
She talking to you, but she. You like a woman how long before you start spending money? I spend money off the rip because, let me tell you, I feel like I'd rather for you to have my money than me, so.
What you mean by that?
No, I spend money off the rip because this is why when I get in a girl life, if I like a girl, they say if you like a girl, I feel like if her bills or her life ain't in order, you can't get her attention anyway. So say you talking to a girl and her goddamn roof leaking.
I see your wheels turning.
So if her roof leaking, imagine you trying to spit game to her while rain dropping in her little boy head at night. She talking to you, but she can't focus.
Right. I got you. I see what you said.
So what she doing? You get my last day. She trying to say yeah, but hold up. She keep hearing the drops in this big pan. So I feel like you clear all that up, and now you got her attention.
Now you got her attention. Okay.
And she can focus on you. So I feel like if you come into somebody's life and you see little problems and you don't clear them up, she ain't gonna be able to focus on you anyway. So you gonna get her attention, but she still gonna have to deal with old boyfriend. She gonna have to piece them together. So I try to be the all-in-one.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
See, I told you. The rich guys are spending money right off the bat, while you and me are trying to make sure we don't take them to a dinner date and trying to do a coffee date and try to do a walk in the park. The rich guys spend money right away. He literally is talking about, oh, if her bills are not paid, she's not going to focus on me. Because he's a rich guy, like spending thousands, even giving her 5,000 right away is not an issue. It's not a big deal to him. So there is no way this guy is going to meet a woman, give her $5,000, send her $5,000 on Cash App before they even ever meet, and then she's going to have to deal with me, Boogie, who she's going to ask me for $50, and I tell her I only have $15. Like, it can never happen. She's never ever going to date a rich guy and want to date me. So when you hear some of these women, not all, but if you look at a woman and you believe she's attractive and you believe she's gorgeous and you believe she's a baddie, trust me, the rich guys see that too. Right? So if the rich guys see that too, and because of Instagram, they can easily slide in the DM, send a message, and that's it. The game is over. You feel me? The game is over that time. So tell me how and when this woman would ever want to deal with you. Never. Can you guys hear me? I had a connection issue. All right, what's Phantom say? Mark, what's up? Can you guys hear me? I had a connection issue, but I'm back. I'm back. Hold on. Can you hear me? All right, hold up. Yeah, feel. All right, so what's up, Mark? Thank you for the clips you sent me. I think of I tried to react to a few of them, but I couldn't download them in time for the stream. But Mark says, hold on. Wait, Mark says a woman with a BBL only because a man, yeah. Phantom says, I once met a very good looking, nice woman, was hoping to get along with her. But as soon as I started seeing stuff she posted, I ran for my life. She was posting dollars, credit alerts from senators. Oh my God. St. Louis Smoke says, Country Wine is the lead singer of the Temptation. Yeah, but I think that's what money does, right? Because let me play some more. Hold on.
Yo.
Look at the ladies. Look at the ladies.
Ain't like that one. Look, that ain't bad.
And I like it.
And if you know you could have got it without the money,
right?
It ain't tricky, cause you know in your heart.
You know in your heart.
You know in your heart. Like I said this one time, I would take care of my baby mamas, and I was on. They were like, "Man, you simping." I say, "Bro, let's be real." Yeah. A comedian told me this. I said, "Nah, come on now, out of all the comedians, you think Country Wayne the one that got? Come on, let's be clear now." No, it's just that I realized I just try to treat him like I wanted somebody to treat my mama. That's all. That's all it was. So you know, I spend that paper. Just that time is more expensive.
Time for sure.
The guy be like, I ain't spend no money, yeah, but you had to take her here on the phone with her. You out there playing with a kid. Hey, little man. Hey, you talking to her friend? She sending you stuff. She sending you pictures of new stuff. How you like this dress? Hey, man, I'm straight to it. Hey, baby, listen here. I like you for real, but I ain't got time. Like, what's your life like? I'm finna let you know if I'm finna enter it.
Okay.
Cause if your roof leaking, that cool. But if your house about to get took,
that's too much.
This ain't what God brought me at. You
got a budget.
Okay, all right, I got.
Oh yeah, it's always. I ain't stepping in there. If your uncle need a liver, if your favorite uncle, what's wrong with him? He need 200,000 because it's the God. God ain't see me over here. I like the little problem. I like to hear brake scrubbing. Oh my God.
Little problem.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys heard what he said? He said, I don't know if you guys caught it, but he said he has a budget. He said he has a budget for the women. So when you and me over here, Boogie, are trying to make sure we don't spend so much on the first date. He's sending cash up right away. He said what was as Boogie's trying to play with with the woman's kids to make the woman like him. Because some guys, let's be honest, some guys do that. Some guys want to play with the kids, because you may meet a single mom who's gorgeous. So because you don't got money, like country wine, you want to play with the kids, pretend like you're good stepfather so she can like you. Country wine is saying he's just gonna put some money on it. He's gonna give her money to get a babysitter, and that's why I'm gonna meet a single mom, try to make plans with her. She's gonna cancel plans on me simply because she met country wine who sent her money to get a babysitter. So when she tells me she can't find a babysitter, and I can't read her mind to be like, okay, I think she needs money for a babysitter, country wine is just gonna send her money, and then I'm out. So this is what I'm saying. Have the rich guys messed up the game? Because I'm telling you, there is no woman who's going to deal with country wine. Because this guy literally said, I think he has like, I don't know if 10 baby mamas, but he said to this day, he sends money to all his baby mamas. So when all women, why do you think he has 10 baby mamas? Because I'm sure when every woman hears this guy saying he sends money to all his baby mamas, he still takes care of them. Guess what? Other women want to be baby mamas to him too as well. They don't care. So they would rather have babies with him, who already has other 10 women, rather than have one kid with me who has no kids at all. You feel me? Why? Because he's going to spend money on them. Oh my God. Yeah, Milton, you're saying he's giving up money to leave him alone. Women can't demand his time. Facts. But they would rather take the money and be with him than deal with me, is what I'm trying to say. My point is, any woman who deals with him is going to find it very hard to deal with me, because I'm not going to send her $5,000. He's going to. That's why I was asking the question. Is it even worth it for average guys anymore? Because like I said, if you meet a woman and you think she's gorgeous, because let's be honest, all men want gorgeous women. So if you think a woman is gorgeous, there's a high chance country wine thinks she's gorgeous too. And if that's the case, if she runs into country wine, she's never going to want to date you. She might when she's not with country wine, but I'm talking about long term. So short term, she's either just want to have fun with you, but because you don't spend no money, she's not going to stay long term. If not, you may have to wait for her 20 years later when she has 2 kids with country wine for her to give you a chance. You gotta be a patient man. 20 years later, she will give you a chance. You feel me? Oh my God. If you're not a patient guy, then you're gonna have to, use your wallet. This is what I'm saying. Like, yo, what's up, Emma? Emmanuel is in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Milton says facts, but do you want a woman who moves like that for long term? But Milton, how are you gonna ever know? Because my baseline was, you think a woman is gorgeous. So if you think she's gorgeous and she has social media in 2025 and she has Instagram and you think she's gorgeous, other men who have more money than you think she's gorgeous too. He is the kicker. The men who have the money don't mind spending it. Right? Now, if you're telling me she doesn't have TikTok, she's not on Facebook, she's not on Instagram, she's not on dating apps, okay, fine. Then by all means. But that's what I'm saying. Because 2 things are going to happen. Either she's going to reject you, or she's never going to tell you she dated a rich guy. Because your feelings are going to get hurt. Because the moment you hear that she dated a rich guy who was putting on private jets and flying her out, you're never gonna want to deal with that. Your feelings for most guys, their feelings are gonna get hurt. So what do most women do? They either reject you or they don't tell you shit. So how are you ever gonna know? Some women are even smart these days. They keep their Instagram private. So how are you gonna know? If not, they just keep it clean. So you're not gonna see her on boats. You're not gonna see her on private jets. You're not gonna see her on different vacations. You're gonna think she's just a cool, next door neighbor type of girl. But what you don't know is the rich guys are taking her everywhere. All right, what does the president say? The president says a good man is structure, order, and accountability, something that all women and ladies love to avoid in relationships. And says legal marriage okay, but when a single mom or single baby mama, now you want a good man. Yeah, they're gonna want you later, but for now, if they have access to these rich guys, they're gonna have them. So let me play this video again. I'm gonna play all of it. I'm not gonna talk into it, so you guys can catch, the guys who are just coming to the stream can catch the whole thing. You feel me? All right, here we go.
You like a woman how long before you start spending money? I spend money out the rip because, let me tell you, I feel like I'd rather for you to have my money than me, so.
What you mean by that?
No, I spend money out the real because this is why when I get in a girl life, if I like a girl, they say if you like a girl, I feel like if her bills was her life ain't in order, you can't get her attention anyway. So say you talking to a girl and her goddamn roof leaking.
I see your wheels turning.
So if her roof leaking, imagine you trying to spit game to her while rain dropping in her little boy head at night. She talking to you, but she can't focus because you on there like,
I got you. I see what you said.
So what you doing? You get my last day. She trying to say yeah, but hold up. She keep hearing the drops in this big pan. So I feel like you clear all that up, and now you got her attention.
Now you got her attention, okay.
And she can focus on you. So I feel like if you come in somebody's life and you see little problems and you don't clear them up, she ain't gonna be able to focus on you anyway. So you gonna get her attention, but she still gonna have to deal with old boy for this. She gonna have to piece them together. So I try to be the all-in-one.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yo.
Look at the ladies. Look at the ladies.
Ain't like that one. Look, that ain't bad.
And I like it. And if you know you could have got her without the money, it ain't tricky. Because you know in your heart. You know in your heart. Like, I said this one time, I would take care of my baby mamas and I was on, they were like, man, you simping. I say, bro, let's be real. A comedian told me this. I say, nah, come on now, out of all the comedians. You think Country Wayne the one that got, come on, let's be clear now. No, it's just that I realized I just try to treat him like I wanted somebody to treat my mama. That's all it was. So, I spend that paper, just that time is more expensive.
Time for sure.
The guy be like, I ain't spend no money, but you had to take her here on the phone with her, you out there playing with a kid. Hey, little man. Hey, you talking to her friend, she sending you stuff, she sending you pictures of new stuff. How you like this dress? Hey, man, I'm straight to it. Hey, baby, listen here. I like you for real, but I ain't got time. Like, what's your life like? I'm finna let you know if I'm finna enter it. Okay. Cause if your roof leaking, that cool. But if your house about to get took,
that's too much right there.
This ain't what God brought me at. He don't.
You got a budget.
Okay, I got.
Oh yeah, it's always. I ain't stepping in there. If your uncle need a liver, if your favorite uncle, what's wrong with him? He need 200,000 because it's the God. God ain't sent me over here.
Yeah. So tell me how Country Wine is gonna run into a woman, the same woman as me, and that woman is gonna give me a chance. Tell me how Country Wine is gonna send a woman cash up right away the moment he meets her, and then when she deals with Boogie is talking about, I need to get to know you first before I can send you money. That's why some of you guys text women and they don't respond. That's because she met a Country Wine before. So it's always going to be tough for her to walk backwards, which is, to me, it's a gift and a curse. A gift because up front, they get to deal with a rich guy. He spends money on them. but then they can never deal with me, the average guy. Like they can never, you know, they can never see anything in me because I'm not going to give them the same lifestyle the rich guy gave them. He literally just said he takes care of all his baby mamas. And the last time I checked, he has like thousands and thousands of kids and thousands of baby mamas, I think, right? So if he takes all care of all his baby mamas, guess what happens? More women are willing. Most women would rather have his baby, even if he already has baby mamas. More women would rather have his baby than have my baby. So that's why you see that the likes of Nick Cannon and the futures of this world. That's why you see even Elon Musk. He has kids and kids, and women still are willing to give him a baby. The same women who are having kids with Elon Musk, if you give them an opportunity, hey, would you rather have a baby with Elon Musk, a billionaire, or with Boogie? That choice is easy. So when you guys see that, oh my God, this woman, you meet a woman, a single mom, she had kids with a Pookie and Rere who's broke. That's because that's who she had access at that point. That's why so many times single moms who have kids with guys who don't have money, what do they do after that? They claim my standards are higher now. I know my worth. Those are the words they say. I now know my worth. And then you're asking, so why didn't you know your worth before you had babies with a guy you claim doesn't like to take care of your kids? They're like, oh, I was young and dumb, but now that I have 5 kids from 5 different men, I know my worth. So, and Boogie's like, I don't know, man. You know your worth. That's good, but I can't afford it. And then they're going to be like, oh, Boogie, you're dusty, you're broke. You can't afford me anyway. You're not on my level. It's like, yeah, I'm not on your level, but if you put the 2 and 2 together, it's not fair for me. It's not a good deal. So have the rich guys messed up the game? What should the average guy do? Should you try to become the country wine as well so you can spend money on women so they can come to you? Or what should the average guy do? Because I don't think you can win right now. I'm going to be honest. Like if you don't have money, like if you cannot, this is my opinion. If in 2025 as a man, you cannot spend, I'm even going to change it. If in 2025 as a man, you cannot send $1,000 easy to a woman without it affecting you, the chances of finding a real down to earth woman are slim to none. Because if she's a beautiful woman, like I said, chances are the rich guys know she's a beautiful woman. And who's she going to choose? Now, you may never know that she has been with rich guys. You may never know. And this guy is saying, I think our work says, don't talk to baby mamas. Yeah, don't talk to baby mamas, but we are humans. Men are humans. We are men. We like what we like. If she looks good, she looks good. It's not like unless you see her working with her kids. But I'm going to be honest with you. Most men, and this is something men don't like to this is a fact most men shy away from. Most men would rather be with a single mom who looks good with 2 kids rather than having a woman who has no kids that they don't think is attractive. I'm going to say that one more time. Most men would easily pick a single mom who's gorgeous that they are attracted to than pick a woman who has no kids that they think is not attractive. Are we going to be honest? Comment down below in the chat. Isn't that the truth? Let's be honest, guys. So this talk of single moms, yeah, this and that. In fact, I think most men, in my opinion, the biggest issue guys have with single moms is because they fear the baby daddies. They don't want the baby daddy drama. Number 2, guys don't want to have to pay for the kids that don't belong to them. They want the woman, but the fact that they have to pay for kids that don't belong to them, that's where they have an issue. But if the woman is really nice to them, most guys end up being stepdads. They don't care. So the way I said that most men would rather be with a gorgeous single mom rather than with a woman who has no kids that they don't find attractive. In the same breath, I will say most guys will also rather be with a single mom who's nice to them, kind to them, respectful to them, rather than be with a woman who has no kids but mean to them, doesn't respect them, talks back at them, argues with them. So if they find peace with a single mom, they would rather be with a single mom over a woman who has no kids who's always creating chaos in the house. That is the truth. So as a man, you have to pick your poison. Am I saying you won't find a woman who's gorgeous and has no kids and has peace? Yeah, but every man wants that woman. So what's going to separate you from other women, from other men to win that kind of woman? Is all I'm saying. Like every woman, no, every man wants the single woman who has no kids, who's gorgeous, who's feminine, who's submissive, who respects men, who's gonna be loyal, who has, who's all those things. Every man, even men who have kids, want that kind of woman. So what separates you from other men so you can have her? And usually, if we're gonna be honest, usually what separates men, dollar bill, yeah, dollar bill, yeah. I'ma tell you, like on me, cash rules everything around me, dollar bill, yeah. That's it. Isn't that the truth, guys? At the end of the day, I think, in my opinion, that's how women select. Because if a woman gets two guys who are the exact same, they're the type of height she wants, charisma that she likes, everything else is the same between two men, and the money is the difference, she's always going to pick the guy with more money. It is what it is. And I think that's something most men don't like to hear. Most men don't like to really face that truth. They're trying to look for the good woman who doesn't think about the money. I think I was watching CGA and he said that even if a woman doesn't want the expensive lifestyle from the beginning, like she's not all about the money, or take me to an expensive dinner date, buy me flowers, buy me gifts and things like that. Even if she's not all about the money from the beginning, he said long term, she's going to care about the money, because the love and the laughter and holding hands and kissing and hugging isn't going to pay the bills. So even if in the beginning she didn't want you for your money, at some point she's going to care about the money. If you guys are going to be together long term, if you guys are going to have kids, if you're going to have to move in together, you're going to have to buy a gift on her birthday. Sure. If you're going to do fun things cost money. So she's going to care about the money. Maybe she may not care about the money, like the IG models and things like that, but eventually she's going to care about the money. So at the end of the day, if you meet a gorgeous woman, chances are she has been with a rich guy. So what's going to separate you from the rich guy? You may never know. You may never know that Boogie has taken your new woman out on a couple of vacations. Maybe you took her shopping multiple times. You may never know. All you see is a gorgeous woman. But if you think she's a gorgeous woman, I see she's a gorgeous woman, right? Emmanuel sees she's a gorgeous woman, right? Milton sees she's a gorgeous woman. Your friends can see she's a gorgeous woman. If they're single, they probably want her as well. So it's all about the money at the end of the day. All right. So next segment. Let me put the banner. Next segment is going to be, I think, women thinking that, this is the one that most women, I've talked about this before, so this woman said that most women have met the man they're supposed to be with a long time ago, which goes back to what I was asking you guys, a question that Awake, what is Awake saying? Let me see. Awake says it is what it is, a package deal. And then Awake says money is best. Nina Wick says, being able to make a woman laugh goes a long way. Yeah, but laughing doesn't pay bills. Are you going to make her laugh when the rent is due so she can forget the fact that you got to pay rent? Are you going to make her laugh on her birthday when she's expecting a gift? Right? Are you going to make her laugh when it's time to pay for the date? Are you just going to become a comedian every time a bill comes? Are you gonna make her laugh when she sends you a message that, hey baby, I need $100 to pay for my nails and my hair? Are you just gonna send a comedy skit? Is that what you're gonna do? Like, for how long are you gonna be a comedian so that she can forget the fact that you need to give her some money? Even the woman who likes you for you, because most guys believe, I don't know if they believe it, but they are looking for a woman who likes them for them. Personally, I'm not in that delusion anymore. I thank God I'm not in that delusion of looking for a woman who likes me for me. I don't think it's a reality. So personally, I thank God that I jumped out of that ship of looking for a woman who likes me for me. So most guys are still looking for a woman who likes them for them. You're never going to find it, but good luck. So even if she doesn't just want you specifically for your money in the beginning, the point is the money is going to matter at some point. Let's say you guys have a baby. Okay, the baby needs to feed, hospital bills. I don't know, you got to buy some toys for the baby. Now she has a baby, she can't go back to work right away. Let's say she was working and you guys were going 50-50. Now that she's not working, now you gotta work extra hours so you can bring in the same income like she was bringing in, so you guys don't go homeless. So at some point, even if she liked you for you in the beginning, the money is gonna matter, right? And it's funny how it happens, because even if she liked you for you in the beginning, like most guys want to think, and then you guys get into a situation when money really matters, right? So she's not asking you for expensive gifts, she's not asking you to take her on trips, but let's say you have a baby, you will see her start to change, because now she's more focused on raising the baby rather than the whole love thing. Because so she's thinking, okay, the guy I have the baby with cannot really provide. So it hits her. She's like, oh shit, my baby daddy is broke. So even the way she treats you is going to change. You're thinking, oh my God, before you had a baby, everything was good. Yeah, that's because before you had a baby, she didn't realize how important the money was. Now that you guys have a baby, she's like, oh shit, I'm in love with a broke dude. It hits her. She's like, oh shit, now I got a baby, I got to take care of the baby. You feel me? And then you see her start to change. And now all the numbers, let's say she was a good girl when you guys were dating, she blocked all the rich guys. She blocked Boogie with the millions of dollars. She blocked me, right? She was trying to be a loyal girlfriend. Guess what? After you guys have a baby, you're struggling to pay for the baby. You're struggling to pay for rent because she can't work. Now, for some reason, Boogie's going to get a text message on his phone. Hey, big head. And Boogie's going to be like, oh shit, this is Susan. She stopped replying to my text. It's been like 2 years. Why is Susan hitting me up? And then Boogie's gonna pick up the phone, look at her photos. She still looks good. Susan is gonna be like, oh yeah, I just had a baby. But I'm like, so Boogie will be like, are you still in a relationship? Susan is gonna say, it's complicated. Why is it complicated? Yeah, because Milton can't afford the baby, can't afford to pay the rent. Now Susan is realizing she cares about the money as well. You feel me? So Boogie is just gonna be like, hey, I got $5,000 for you. And then before you know it, she's like, this can't work out anymore, Milton. It's been good, nice knowing you, but, and then she's gonna put you in child support and she's gonna do it. You feel me? So at the end of the day, it's all about the money. Some guys don't like to face it, but it's the truth. So our next segment is some women. This woman is going to say that, I'm going to play a video for you guys. The woman says that most women have met the guy they're supposed to be with and they passed over the guy they're supposed to be with. So most women have met good guys. That's what I was saying from the beginning of the show, that if you meet a woman who's anywhere from 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 30, 28 onwards. And I say 28 because from 18 to 28, she has been, she has had 10 years of experience. The chances are she has met a good guy, but she for some reason she couldn't keep the good guy. Whether she friends on him, she rejected him for whatever reason. She has met, because women get approached so many times by so many men, tall, dark, short, rich, broke, cookies, bad boys, nice guys, husband material, gangsters, drug dealers. They get approached by so many men. So if you meet a woman who has been dating in the dating market for 10 years, chances are she already passed on the good guy she was supposed to be with. And this woman is going to tell us why that's the case. All right. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to play the whole video and then we can react to it. All right. Hold on.
The men who would have treated me the way I wanted to be treated, I didn't want. That's just the honest truth, right? And if more people would just be honest about the fact that they have met good people, they have met solid people who would have been great partners in a relationship, but for whatever reason, it was just something about that person you just couldn't get with, and that's the reason why you didn't move forward. Most of us have met good people. That's what y'all really need to start talking more about online, instead of who don't do what and what you can't get. You've met good people. Stop it. All right. And if you haven't, it's definitely something wrong with you. It's definitely something wrong with you. You are the problem if you've never met a good man. You've never met a good woman. You just didn't want them. You just didn't want them. Just keep it a buck. You just didn't want them.
Facts. Most women are never gonna admit that they've met a good man and they didn't want him. Maybe he wasn't exciting at that point. Maybe he was a nerd. Maybe he didn't like to go to the club, and she was in the phase where she was more into going to the clubs. Maybe he wasn't into traveling, but she was more into traveling. Because I told you guys, these days all women want to travel. And if they meet you, the type of guy, and they're asking, oh, do you like to travel? Do you have a passport? And you're like, no, I'm not a traveling type of guy. She's going to reject you because she needs someone who's going to be paying for the trips to Turks and Caicos. And if you're the type of guy who doesn't travel, she's going to reject you. They have passed on good men. Now, they may not realize it until 20 years later, 5 kids later. But the fact is, if she's 28 plus, chances are she has met a good guy. She rejected him, friend zoned him, sabotaged the relationship for whatever reason. She couldn't keep him. The lady's speaking facts.
And for whatever reason it was that you didn't want them is your business, but you didn't want them, but you did meet them. You did. Stop it. Right? Like, I never get jealous when I see women get online and show the stuff that they man doing for them, because I look at said man and I know if I was put in the position for said man, I wouldn't have wanted him. I wouldn't have wanted him. So it's no way for me to be jealous of what he's doing when I know that I would have passed on him. I would have passed on him. And that's just the truth. Most of the time, the people who gonna treat you right, you just don't be wanting them. And I don't know what it is to that, but that's a real thing. It's a real.
I think the issue is no one teaches them what a good guy looks like. Like, if they grow up in a household and there was no father, because the father usually can tell the daughter, hey, a man should treat you like ABCD, should do these things for you. But if they have to figure it out themselves, or if they have to, sometimes they have to watch their mom. They have to watch the single mom switch type of different men. So they are going to grow up with the mindset that I watched my mom switch different men. Every 6 months, she was with a different man. So the girls are going to grow up thinking that's the right thing to do. I mean, after all, my mom was switching men every 6 months, and clearly that should be fine, right? So they grow up seeing that. Guess what they're going to do when they grow up as well? They're going to do the same thing the mom was doing. But if they grew up seeing the mom staying with the dad the entire time they were in the house, and even in their adulthood, chances are they're going to try to emulate what they saw in the house. But if there's no father and the mom had different men, or even the mom has different baby daddies, so the girl has different step siblings, chances are she will never know what a good man is. But I want to give this lady some credit for taking accountability. Now, I don't know how old she is. I don't know how long it took her for her to realize that, you know what? The truth is, I had a good man and I rejected him. Because most women will die never admitting that they've met a good man. Most women that you meet are always going to say, oh, all my exes were bad. The men were trash. The men were toxic. If you meet 10 women, 9.5 of them are going to claim all their exes were bad, and for them they were angels. And that's something I was saying in the beginning of the show, that if you go on a date with a woman, ask her about the ex, ask her about the relationship she was in with a man. If all she does is say the worst things about the man, chances are when your relationship ends with her, she's going to say the exact same things about you. Oh, he was abusive, he was controlling, he was a narcissist, he was, what are the other shaming words they like to say? um he was cheap, his dick was small. If his dick was small, why did you stay with him for 3 years and have 2 kids by him? If his dick was too small, clearly it gave you 2 kids. You feel me? So for her to actually admit this, shout out to her. It's not easy. You are probably never going to find, like I said, if you meet 10 women, 9.5 of them are going to always blame that man, the ex-boyfriend.
Thing. I'm not exempt from it. I'm sure some men who done met me and they was like, dang, she's such a dope girl, da 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 da. But if for whatever reason they didn't like me, it is what it is. That's life. But we gotta stop sitting up here and acting like you never met good people. All right, you never met a good man, never met a good one. Yeah, you did. You just didn't want them.
Facts. Do you guys agree with her? She was cooking. Most people, most women, and I'm saying most women more than I'm talking about men, because as men we have to approach. As men we have to approach. So I believe most women have met the good guy they're supposed to be with because they get approached. Think about it. You meet a woman who's 35, and let's say she started getting approached from the age of 18. So you mean to tell me, right? For more than 15 years, men have been approaching you. God has been sending you good men, bad men, tall, rich, dark, handsome, light skin, whatever, white, black, Asian. And you're telling me you couldn't even keep one, just one. You couldn't even keep half of a good man, half of a man at least. For 15 years, you're telling me God hates you so much that all he did was send you the worst of men for 15 years. How, Sway? How? How, Sway? Like, think about it. If Boogie was being approached by women from the age 18 to 20 years later, and the women are approaching me and I couldn't keep even one, that doesn't make sense. But that's what most women say. You find a woman 50 years old still claiming, oh my God, I've never met a good man. Oh my God, God sends me the worst of men. But for some reason, she has 3 baby daddies and 5 kids. So you're saying God sent you all the worst of men, but for some reason you are able to make babies with them? That doesn't make sense. Because if they're so bad, why did you make babies with them? Oh, they switched up after babies. Okay, I'll give you 1 baby daddy. I'll be nice enough. I'll give you 2 baby daddies that you couldn't see. They switched up on you. 2 baby daddies. But 4 baby daddies? You still couldn't figure out the same characteristics of a bad man? And mind you, this is her story. This is our side of the story. Because, most men don't come out to speak up at the end of the relationship. Most men don't tell their side of the story. You feel me? So, this woman was cooking. What do you guys think in the chat? Was she cooking? Is she right? This is why I was saying in the beginning of the show, for those guys, for those of you who have been around since the beginning of the show, that if you meet a woman who's 28 years plus and she has been in relationships before or she has been approached, she has met all kinds of men. So if you think you're going to be the Prince Charming, that you are God's gift sent to her, you are lying to yourself, because there's nothing you're going to do. There's not enough amount of flowers you're going to buy. There's not enough money you're going to spend on her. There's not enough nice words. There's not enough "you are so beautiful." There's not enough compliments you're going to give her. There's not enough dates you're going to take her on to make her fall for you and stay with you for the rest of your life, because other men have done those same things that you're trying to do and she didn't stay with them. So what's going to make you stand out? What makes you think that finally she met Boogie, his majesty, finally she met the love of her life? No, she met several Boogies before me. For some reason she couldn't keep them. I don't think she's going to keep me either. What do you guys think about that? Comment down below. What do you think? Right? All right, I got one more video that I want to play for you guys. Some women are saying marriage is slavery. And right here, some ladies are saying marriage is slavery. So we're going to talk about it. Guys, like the video. Support your boy. Like the video. Like the video. So I'm going to play one more video. The lady was saying she's a wife. Now, hopefully it's not a skit, but she was saying that she refused to make a sandwich to make breakfast for her husband. So without further ado, I'm going to play the video. Just give me 1 second. Hold on.
My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast, and I told him that this was for me and my daughter, and that if he wanted some, he needed to cook for himself. I told him I was not going out of my way to make breakfast for him. This is only for me and my daughter. Like, if you're that hungry, there's a McDonald's down the street, or there's eggs in the fridge and there's bacon, and you can make it yourself. He's acting like this not cooking for him thing is brand new. I gave him a list of things that I don't do the day that we got married, and he was okay with it. So what's the problem now? I told him, if you don't want to cook, you could wait and see if there's any leftovers. If there's leftovers, go ahead and...
So who's going to get married after watching this video? Who's planning to get married after you watch such a video? Now, she claims she told him from the beginning that she's never going to cook for him, and she's only going to cook for the kids, which I don't believe, because some women make TikToks and shit on their husbands, but when in actuality that's not what happened. You guys remember how Cardi B made a song, she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, and then when they were still together with Offset, and then he put her on Instagram a video, he was recording her, showing her that she actually cooks and cleans. So that's what I'm saying. She claims she told her husband that she would never cook for him from the beginning, but I don't believe her. No man would ever sign up for that, especially if he's paying the bills. Because if the roles were reversed and he said, I'm never going to pay the bills as well, I don't think she would like that kind of deal, right? Or if he said we're going to go 50-50. So she's talking about, I wish she could at least tell us if they decided they're doing 50-50. If they're doing 50-50 on bills, I could, kind of understand where she's coming from. I mean, she's working also, and they pay bills split 50-50, so she's probably busy or whatever, tired. But if you're already making a meal, why wouldn't you make for your husband? So I don't know which guy is going to watch this video and want to get married.
eat. If there's no leftovers, then I'm sorry. You're gonna have to figure it out. But I am not gonna cook for you. It's not my job to cook for you. I'm sorry. And then on top of that, I'm doing scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. No, I'm sorry. That's too much work for me. I'm not gonna do it. Plus, he's so picky with his. I got married to be a wife, not a maid. If you got married to be a maid, then that's between you and your husband. When me and my husband got married, I clearly told him I will not cook for him. I will not clean for him. I will not do 50-50 on bills. I will never help him with bills. I've said this before. He is a grown man. He's more than capable of cooking his own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't care if I'm in the middle of cooking like I was in that video. You want something to eat? You can make it yourself. Especially that you wanted me to make something different for you. Oh, but all these parents are like, no, my kid is going to eat what I make. But then it's an issue when my husband doesn't want to eat scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. No, he's going to eat what there is if there's leftovers. I'm sorry, I didn't get married with the intentions to be anybody's slave, to be anybody's maid, okay? I am not their mother. I don't need to do things for them. They could do things for themselves, especially that he's a grown-ass adult. And my job is...
Guys, we are cooked. That is the truth. If you're out here looking for marriage, sounds like before you get married, you have to make sure you guys know your roles. Because for her, she's going to make sure you sign up to be a provider. I can guarantee you that. She claims she didn't get married to be a slave. She didn't get married to, cook for the husband. She didn't get married to be a maid. But I can guarantee you, she's gonna make sure you be a provider from the beginning. Because it's funny how when it comes to the bills, then they don't want to be equal. That's the only that's the only issue most men have. It's like when it comes to the bills, they want you to be a man. But when it comes to making you a sandwich, it's a big issue. And I think that's what most guys find unfair. And that's why guys are checking out of marriage, if I'm going to be honest. That's one of the biggest things. And maybe sexless marriages, sexless relationships. But that and having to having to beg your wife to make you a sandwich. I think those two biggest sexless marriages are, and having to beg your wife to cook for you. I think that's the biggest. Obviously, divorce as well. But yeah, those three things are the ones that are holding men back from marriage. Divorce, which means you're probably going to be thrown out of your own house, having to beg, but also having to be expected to pay bills while she works and saves her own money. That's what most guys struggle with. And that's why guys are checking out of marriage. But according to women these days, marriage is slavery. It's being a maid. So if cooking for your husband is being a maid, what does it make your husband having to work 80 hours to pay all the bills? What does it make your husband having to be the protector of the household? What does it make your husband having to make sure everyone has food in the house? What does it make your husband having to make sure that he's going to have to work for the next 30, 40 years to provide for you guys? If just making a sandwich, if just cooking makes a wife a slave, what does that make the man? It's tough out here, man. So if men are deciding not to get married, I totally understand it, because it's not a fair deal. Because the man's role is solid. The man's role never changes. Even when they're in a sexless marriage, they still expect you as a man to provide, to go out there, work, bring the bacon, bring the bread, bring the money back home. Even when it's a sexless marriage, even when your wife doesn't cook for you, she still expects you to protect if someone breaks into the house. You feel me? Even when she doesn't do anything nice for you, she doesn't thank you. Even on Father's Day, they expect a gift. Even on Father's Day, some ladies expect a man to buy them the gift. That's crazy. I know. It sounds crazy and I'm laughing, but it's true. So if men are not choosing marriage anymore, now you know one of the reasons. Because what's they in all men are asking, what do I get in return? Because we are human. We all want to feel appreciated. I think that's the biggest thing for men. Men just want to feel appreciated. But if a man doesn't feel appreciated, he loses the motivation. Because he's going to be thinking about it like, why should I work 80 hours to provide for people who are not grateful? Right? Why should I kill myself? Because every day you go out and grind, you're killing a part of yourself. Why should I grind and provide for people who are not appreciated? And then go home and argue and nagging, and I can't even get a sandwich. I just came from work, and she's saying she's not a slave. So men put the two and two together, try to do the math, and it's like, why would I get married again? Like, no, it's not worth it. Now, if you're going 50-50, I'm going to be honest, guys. If you're going 50-50 on bills, don't expect any woman to make you a sandwich. Don't expect any woman to cook for you. That is the truth. You feel me? But anyway, guys, that's my time. Don't forget to like the video. Shout out to you guys, for everybody who came into the live stream. All right. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching all my videos that I be putting up. I'm still bringing you guys more heat, more reactions, but I like to do live streams every now and then and come and kick it with you guys and just have a conversation. So shout out to you guys for all the support, and I'll see you next time. Peace.